Yeah, that's just the noise we're gonna start out with this time. We'll go with that. Okay, we're done with this place. Never coming back. But yeah. So, we've got more Silph Co to do. It's, as indicated last time, never the most thrilling of locales to explore, but it's got to be done at some point. And you get to look at a lot of yellow while we do it, so it's accurate to the game that's being played, I guess. Anyway, didn't really have to do anything off-screen for this one, just kind of shuffled the team around a little bit, emptied out most of my item bag. Oh yeah, I have these. I'm actually glad I just checked, because otherwise I'd be holding these forever. Alright, protein, you can go to my physical fighter. And calcium is for special, right? So I can boost Thunderbolt, or we'll go with this. Yeah. Alright. Well, we got those out of the inventory. I also have to remember that I have a full heal and some potions that I should probably use at some point. Whatever. Here's a dude. Oh, it's the Rocket Brothers. I forgot about them. They have such deep lore. You wouldn't believe that there are 4 Rocket Brothers, that it's like 4 brothers in a van, and then a meteor hit. No, I don't even know. There's no lore involved with them at all. They're just... They say that they're related, and that's about it. Also, I'm glad that low kick missed, because otherwise I would have died there. Let's immediately use that potion. So I can get it out of my inventory, except I had 2 of them, so shut up. Is this music being weird? No, I think it's about normal. It seemed like it was missing an instrument or something, I don't know. How dare he be afraid that the building has gotten a hostile takeover by, like, thieves? I would say, like, armed thieves, but I guess in this universe pretty much everybody's armed. In the sense that you don't need a gun when you can just pee. That's it, just pee. It's kind of weird to think about, like, I guess this is a little bit of a tangent that can be going on while I'm just doing this, because, I mean, this is a train of thought that literally everybody has thought of, but I don't know if I've really talked about it to any extent. Like, every kid who plays these games wishes that Pokemon were real, because they want to have super awesome fighting pets. It's weird to think, like, how the world would actually work if they existed. So let's say that instead of like, in real life, we have animals that have, like, fantastic abilities, and that for some reason it's part of culture to just have them beat each other up. And this is okay with everybody. So, like, obviously there would be a lot of death. Like, there's no way they would just faint. Like, they would flat out die. So, that to me tells me that it wouldn't be allowed. Like, I can see maybe certain controlled tournaments being allowed, where, like, both sides have to be aware of the dangers and, like, know when to stop. Like, kind of like a boxing match, except instead of boxing, you have, like, electricity and fire. And boxing, in the case of some fighting types, but whatever. So, I guess, like, you'd probably... Like, most people would probably have a few Pokemon, but they wouldn't necessarily battle them, because it probably wouldn't be allowed. But in the sense of, like, global security, like, yeah, you probably... Would you still have guns? You'd probably still have guns. Like, I don't see why you wouldn't, necessarily. It's a lot faster to pull out a gun and shoot somebody than to throw your Pokeball and send out whatever you have and hope that it gets the job done, and then the opponent just shoots the Pokemon. But yeah, I don't know. That's the reason I'm saying this is because, like, every evil team in this, of course, like, they've always just been completely stopped by the 10-year-old that happens to get in their way because none of them have weapons outside of their Pokemon team, and none of them, like, have revives or leave to go to a Pokemon Center or call for reinforcements or try to physically restrain you or do anything that would actually be useful. Do I want Supersonic? I don't use Agility at all, but Supersonic kind of sucks. I also don't really use Double Team, but it's probably more useful than Super... I don't know. The 55 accuracy is what kills it. The only advantage I can think of for Agility is if it actually raises my critical hit ratio, which I'm not sure if it does. Because I know it's based off of speed in Gen 1, but Aerodactyl's already like one of the fastest Pokemon. I don't think I'm going to need it. I'll get rid of it, but I'm probably not going to ever use Supersonic. Probably a bit of a stupid move there. People are going to be like, but Agility though, and I'm like, I don't care. If I... The thing with speed raising is, like, in a competitive battle, I can see where it becomes useful because, I'm just gonna run around in a circle like a dipshit, don't mind me. Yeah, let me actually leave. In a competitive battle, stuff like Dragon Dance, Shell Smash, anything like that that raises speed along with a different stat is useful because, you can get a sweep going. Like, you want to be able to outspeed not only the Pokemon you're fighting now, but also their next one. In a battle in-game, if you don't already outspeed the opponent, like if you're using something slow, which again, Aerodactyl is not slow, then like, you have to use a turn to use Agility anyway, so they're gonna hit you on that turn, and then you outspeed them. So it's like, it doesn't really seem like it makes that big of a difference to me. And yeah, you can outspeed their later stuff also, but I don't know, I always found it kind of a waste of a move. I'd much rather raise my attack, or in some cases my defense. Usually not even defense, but sometimes. There's times where it's been useful. Oh, here's another Rocket Brother. Does he have a Machop and a Machoke like the other one? No? Okay. I was wondering if they, basically were putting them here as an excuse to, like, use the same team over and over. I think that's my first time using Solar Beam. I could just use Body Slam and probably kill it in one turn, but we're gonna go with Solar Beam anyway, because it's something that I don't often have a chance to use. So yeah, basically, in a world where Pokemon exist and you're able to catch them and store them in tiny little balls that you carry with you, people would probably still have guns. Like, if you're going to be a terrorist and take over a building or do whatever it is that you're doing, you're probably going to be armed with actual weapons, but you'd also have these things that you can summon. So it's like, it would just kind of make it worse. And the thing is, then the police would also have it too, so I'm just kind of expecting a lot more collateral damage. More than anything else, speaking of stat boosting moves. That is of interest to me. I'm not going to use it because I need to duplicate it first, but that's pretty good. I'll have to keep that in mind for later. So, like I said, not really anything that is going to shatter the world by me saying it. Everybody's already had these thoughts before, but I don't know. It's, back before I basically dropped my idea of doing the, tabletop game, which, for the record, isn't, like, officially dropped. It's just, there's no time I would ever have to work on it, so it's like, it's in the back of my mind for, like, maybe one day, but, I don't know. Part of the idea for that thing was, can we hit this fucking thing? Oh my god. Am I gonna die from a Golbat? Yeah, I think we're gonna die from a Golbat. Okay, let's get out of here. But yeah, part of the idea of that was based off of a, fanfic that I ended up reading. I forget where I found it suggested because I don't read fanfics that often. Like I don't just browse for them usually. It has to be one that like somebody suggested. But it was called The Language of Life. The main character is kind of a Mary Sue, but it works. It's basically sort of like a more realistic take on like the religion and government of the Pokemon world and like how things would work in that kind of situation. And one of the main aspects of it is just the idea that basically like the main governing force of the world, or at least the region or whatever, is the Elite Four and the champion, and that's because they have stronger dudes than anyone else. So it's like they kind of just got to that place through power, and if somebody is able to challenge them, then they have the power. So it's like you're not elected into office, you have a strong team. And I can kind of see how that would work. Like, maybe you wouldn't be the chosen, like, representative of the peoples, but what are they gonna do about it? I don't know. Kind of interesting to think about, I guess. Alright, so there's Crumpet up there. Another calcium that I just got. Just find a block of intelligent calcium here. Did intelligent calcium have a different name? I'm trying to remember. Because if you introduce sulfuric acid to iron, it produces Bum Civilian, which makes all sounds disappear in the room that it's present in for about 15 seconds. Intelligent calcium, I'm pretty sure just, like, has the ability of rational thought, and it can communicate through, like, a weird, like, I don't know what that machine was, but nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about anyway, so never mind. All I know is, Bum Civilian is a good name for a thing. And let's just... Body Slam. Body Slam's like such a boring move, but it gets the job done. It's like my other option is use a move with recoil, use a move that will probably not hit, or use a move that will do exactly 32 damage. So, whatever, let's just do submission anyway, even though I just said it was a bad idea. And that's why it's a bad idea. The probe probes the brobe. Okay, I guess instead of being mysterious and, like, saying stupid shit and not explaining it, I should just say that was from Look Around You. I've talked about Look Around You quite a few times on my channel, but if you don't know what it is, it's just a... It's a British, like, fake educational show that just makes up a bunch of bullshit and presents it as actual fact. It's pretty good. Have I been on this floor? No. That's as far as you go. No idea what that voice was. But we're gonna stick with it. Look, it's a Zubbit. I'm so excited to see yet another Zubbit. With more confusion. Yeah, confusion! Yeah! Oh, speaking of that, this is going to be yet another tale of uninterest, but now, like, usually when I say that I have a boring story that's not going to go anywhere, it kind of does. This one definitely won't. This was just stupid shit I saw at a Goodwill yesterday. So, I'm trying to think of the best things. I'm going to go through them in the order that I found them. So, first there was, like, this set of, like, choir children statues, I guess is what you'd call them. Totally looked like blow-up dolls. It was really disturbing. I did take a picture of them. I'll have to see if I can get them off my phone. So there was that. Then there was this really drugged-out Homer Simpson Santa statue. It was pretty special. God, there was a unnecessarily large framed, like, Rugrats poster. And then, even better than that one, I really liked this one. It was a framed, like, still from the live-action 101 Dalmatians movie. And it wasn't... I don't think it was, like, actually, like, a still from the movie or anything. It wasn't signed or anything. It was just... It was a screenshot, and it had, like, the logo up in the corner. I don't know why anyone would have this, but apparently someone did. There was another framed thing of, like, 6 different chickens, which had, like, names and personalities, I think. Martin found a very crushed, like, footprints in the sand Jesus thing, but, there was, like, this post-it note that was rolled up and stuck inside it that said, like, so-and-so said that I could lend them my space heater. And that was just in there. I don't know why. What else was there? And then, like, after that, this is the reason I was reminded of this, I started looking at the VHS section, and, so first I found, How the West Was Fun, starring Mary-Kate and Ashley. So I took a picture of it and sent it to Joel and was like, Mary-Kate and Ashley are salmonella, they're twin sisters. They couldn't be any more twin sisters. And then, like, very shortly after that, I'm like, God damn it, I blew my load too early. And I take a picture of Free Willy and Free Willy 2, The Adventure Home, which they happen to have, like, right next to each other. I was so pissed off that they didn't have Free Willy 3. If they did, I probably would have gotten all 3 of them. Because when I took the picture of those, I just sent it to Joel with the caption, yeah! Because that's all you really need. And, he's like, okay, well, you need to get those and put them on the mantle. But I did not. But yeah, like I said, it wasn't particularly interesting, but those were just some stupid things that we found. And then I told this story during a stream yesterday, but I don't know if that one's ever going to be, like, put anywhere, because it didn't turn out all that great. It's worth repeating. When we were there, I always like to look at, like, the stuffed animal section to see if there's any Beanie Babies that I would be interested in getting. And there's this dude who's, like... He's wearing, like, a trench coat without, like, a shirt underneath. And he's just generally really creepy looking. He has, like, kind of this emo look, and I didn't notice this because I tried not to look at him too closely, but apparently he was, like, decked out in a bunch of Star Wars gear and had, like, a lightsaber strapped to him. And so, like, he's also looking through the stuffed animals, and he, like, actually starts talking to me, and he's like, hey, if you see, like, a real big, ratty-looking teddy bear, let me know. Like a really ugly one that only a mother would love. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm, like, digging through a little bit, and I find one that is, like, not too great looking, and I'm like, hey, how about this one? He's like, oh, no, I need one way bigger than that. I want to turn it into an Ewok. And so I just kind of started ignoring him after that. But yeah, apparently he had a shopping cart completely full of Star Wars stuff that he had found. I'm surprised there was that much there. And with him was his girlfriend, we're assuming. I don't know if it actually was. I looked at her for about a second before I looked away because I didn't want to be, like, staring. She honestly looked like a hooker. Basically just from the fact that I'd say, like, maybe 1/3 of her body was clothed. I don't know. It was pretty spectacular. But apparently she was also interested in the various Star Wars stuff that he was getting, so, I mean, if they're happy together, then power to them. But yeah, she was pretty, like, emo looking also. I don't know. It was... Borlax... Come on. Oh, I didn't mean to switch to you, but whatever, you're already out, so... That'll work. There was something else that he did, where apparently, like, there was this lady that was, like, calling for her kid, named Gavin, and he, like, stops in his tracks and turns around, and he's like, oh, Gavin's a nice name, I have a friend named Gavin, and I forget what he said, like, the thing is, I don't know Star Wars that well, but he said, like, I have a blank friend named Gavin, where blank was, like, an alien species. So, I'm not sure if this guy was just fully comfortable with being a weirdo in public, or if he just has issues. But, either way, it was something spectacular. Let's grab a max potion here. Don't give up! Clearly that's what the nurse sounds like. We're getting pretty close to the top, right? Making sure I've already fought these people. Yes, I did. Anyway, I would like to get an evolution here. I'm pretty sure 34 is dugong time, so... Let's leave it in the front for a bit. Like, what kind of pre-battle quote was that? Your Pokemon seem to adore you, kid. Like, is that... okay? I don't know. The pre-battle lines are always good. There's the ones that are generic, like, hey, you look easy, I bet I can beat you. And then there's the ones that are just stupid, like the I like shorts. And then there's ones that are like, I'm a cool guy, I've got a girl space friend. There we go. My incredibly generic seal is about to become an incredibly generic manatee. For anyone who doesn't know animals very well, there is a aquatic mammal called a dugong. Not spelled the same way, it's D-U-G-O-N-G. But Dugong the Pokemon doesn't actually look like a dugong, it just looks like a manatee. They're slightly different. So, yep. That's the majority of the team evolved then. Take a look at its stats, even though I don't really have any sense of what would be good. But whatever. It got the Ice type, it got a special boost, that's all I really care about. Because you know that Ice type, it's a good type to have. No, I like Ice types, I just wish they didn't suck. And we're still going. Hyper Beam. And it misses. What are the... I thought Hyper Beam was... like... I forgot. I mean, it could have been a Gen 1 miss, but... I think Hyper Beam is like 90, 95, I forget. So it does have a chance of missing. It's just annoying. No continues left. Are we gonna be done with this place soon? Wah! Wah! Baby Pharaoh wants milk. Someone fetch me a nipple. Welcome to the 10th! 10th! Ah! Oh, look, something I have a type advantage against, and yet it doesn't kill it. Alright, so let me think here. We're the same level. Wing Attack is not a particularly strong move. I thought that Aerodactyl had a really good attack stat, though. Maybe, I guess I was just thinking of speed. Let me look at it. That's pretty respectable. I guess it's just the fact that Wing Attack is a really low-power move. The thing is, I really don't want to teach it Sky Attack, because two-turn moves are kind of ugh, but I think it is superior. Even... Ooh, is that Earthquake? And let's see what can't learn Earthquake, because I know Aerodactyl can't. Well, you're probably going to end up getting it. I'll have to see the rest of the team if they can. Earthquake's always a good move. Carbos. Okay, let's give the speed boost to somebody that isn't Pito, just for the sake of sharing the love a bit. I have 3 Pokemon that are pretty fast on the team right now. Let me actually look at Dodrio's speed. 85, yeah, that's pretty good. And you're definitely up there. I'll give it to you, why not? I don't think I'm really going to be making any big difference by using these wisely, but I decided a while ago it's not worth stocking them until the end, and there's no reason for me to really sell them, so I might as well use them when I get them. Just do a lap around you for no reason, and okay, we're at the top floor. So there's the president. There's the president's assistant with a picture of Reptar above her. And here's a guy in a hallway that isn't really doing a whole lot. He's just kind of here. Yo. Halt. I am Reptar. Halt. Sorry. Reptar was on my mind. I couldn't help it. Hey, look. We're like 2/3 of the way through the game and we're still fighting Rattatas. And Zubats. At least Zubats are slightly more threatening because they can like confuse you and stuff. Wow, this is one of the least impressive teams I've seen. Evolve your damn Pokemon, or maybe catch something that isn't like fitting of a Team Rocket member. I thought there was a guy somewhere that had a Porygon. Maybe that's only in Gen 2. In like the Mahogany hideout or something. I remember there being a scientist with a Porygon, but I don't remember which game it was in. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Let me look at my money situation. Yeah, that's quite a bit of money. I don't really need to buy stuff, but I'm going to, because we're actually going to be doing a Mew glitch here. Actually, no, I don't have to spend the money. I'm not going to be losing the fight. So yeah, forget that. I do need to trigger the glitch, though, so let's go ahead and grab my flyer. Who do I want to put away, anyway? I think I'm going to get the team member... Or, no, I can't access the PC afterwards, so... You know what? Hold on. Immediately goes away from PC and then comes back. I want to show off a sub-glitch that I've mentioned, but not, like... I think I only mentioned it in a comment. Just so I can see if I'm actually correct about this, because it's kind of weird. So yeah, we want to go to Fuchsia, and actually I need Nidoqueen also, now that I think about it. Frickin' doesn't matter what I put away. Okay, so let me go ahead and I think I want to make this like my default location, not that it really matters, but I'm thinking several steps ahead right now, and it's not, I'm doing stuff that I don't need to be doing. So let's go to my usual trainer escape area. Doesn't matter which one I use, but this is the one that's usually the most convenient, so that's why I always come back here. Now, you'll remember that after triggering the long-range trainer fly glitch, that's a bit of a mouthful, you basically don't have the ability to, you can't save. Like, right now I can't actually press start, so I can't, like, there's no way to save. But, there's a way to get around this. So, if you go to the PC, like, usually you can't even talk to people, like, it doesn't let you, but you can interact with the PC for some reason. And so if you do that, and go to change boxes, the game actually forces a save, so you can reset. And after doing that, like, reactivates your menus and stuff. So you're still in, like, Mew Glitch mode, but, what am I trying to say? Like, what am I actually trying to say? I don't even fricking know. I'm trying to think in what way this is practical. I know there's a reason to do this. Like, usually, to get out of Mew Glitch mode, you need to fight a different trainer. And it's usually going to be the one to trigger the thing that you want, but it doesn't have to be. Like, if you want to go somewhere, like, doing the thing with Ditto that I do, you can fight a different trainer and then go do that. However, apparently pushing a Strength Boulder also satisfies the requirements, so you can do this. Again, I'm trying to think why this is useful. So now the game thinks that I fought a trainer. So actually I'm kind of curious then if I go back... Oh, what am I doing? Now that the game thinks I've done that, I haven't encountered any more Pokemon. So what's it going to spawn if I go down? Nothing. Okay. And now that's not because I saved and reloaded, right? Because I know that doing that kind of messed stuff up when I did that in Mount Moon, but I think that this is like a thing... I want to say that the advantage to doing this is if you want to get Mew Glitch off of a wild Pokemon and, like, you don't want to have to fight a different trainer first because you've already fought them all, then you can do this. I think that's the reason you would want to do this. I want to test my theory here. So let me go encounter something. And whatever special stat this Pidgey has is going to trigger what I encounter here. So I have no idea what this is going to be. Hopefully not a missing now. No. Oh, Shelter. Okay. I actually don't have a Shelter, but I could go find one, so whatever. So yeah, that's just a different way to do the glitch if you need to, I guess. Didn't really matter a whole lot to me. But none of that matters, because we're going to be just fighting a normal trainer anyway, and I don't have to lose or anything like that, so let's put away my HM users. And grab a couple... Oh, I'm in box 11, right. Like, where the hell is the rest of my stuff? No. Okay. Let's take out my other recent evolution. And I guess you haven't used it in a while. So I now have 3 water types on my team. This is good planning, except no, I don't, because I apparently deposited one of them and wasn't paying attention. Whatever. Put you in front. Put you not in the front. So I'm not sure what actually messed up the thing in Mount Moon. Like, why it was okay for me to save and reload this time, but not that time. I'm trying to remember the specifics of what happened there. I'm not sure. But, we're not going to save again. So here's a rival fight. Which I may be slightly underleveled for. But I should be fine, I think. Let's see what his levels are like. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit underleveled, but I should be fine, I think. Especially if he uses crappy moves like that. And I guess we'll stay in. I like the sped up tail whip noise. Just I'm really hoping that he sticks with the order of Pokemon that I'm expecting here. Because if not, then that kind of throws off my plans a bit. Okay, yeah, I'm good. Body Slam the Kadabra. And at this point, his Eevee should be evolved, so we've got Jolteon. Let's stick with the mirror match, why not? So, fun fact, this Mew glitch that I'm about to perform, goes off of his, evolution, and it actually doesn't matter which one he has. Each one of the evolutions has a, and I'm not talking about even just the Gen 1, the 3 from Gen 1, but also just, like, all the other ones later on. They all have an identical, stat distribution. It's just that they give the different numbers to different stats. So, like, Jolteon is the one with a lot of speed. Vaporeon's the one with a lot of, HP. Flareon's the one with a lot of attack for some reason, even though it doesn't need it. And then the other ones are just kind of like... There's, like, some that are low, some that are high, but it's always the same values. Apparently all 3 of them have the same special. So it doesn't actually matter which one you fight here, you'll always get the same result. So anyway, let's actually get the team slightly prepared here so I can catch this thing. Put away whoever, it doesn't really matter. Let's get you for Thunder Wave, even though I could have just used Brexit. Get you for HP Whittling. And hope that I didn't botch this up. I think we are okay. Yep, so here's an Omastar. Obviously, earlier on in the game, I had taken the Dome Fossil, so Helix Fossil's unobtainable. So here's an evolution of what you would get from that. I still need to actually get Omanite, but this way I don't have to get 2 of them, I can just catch this one. Still means I have to get 2 Kabutos from somewhere because living decks, but if I was only going for like registering everything and not having everything in the PC, then this plus the Omanite that I'll be accessing later on would do the job perfectly well. Okay, that should probably be good enough, right? I'm guessing this thing has a shit catch rate because you're never intended to find one, but let's find out. Okay. Either got lucky or it wasn't that bad. And there we go. That is the only Mew glitch I'm going to be doing in this episode. Because I'm pretty much going to be done as soon as I get done with Silph Co here. Take you out, because why not? And Borlax hasn't really gotten too much of a chance to shine lately. I'm going to put you in the front. Oh, I have Firebird still. Put you in the front because you still need to evolve, and you haven't really done much either, but... whatever, let's just grab... you. Probably don't need a full team for this fight, but couldn't hurt. Also, couldn't talk. Actually, now that I think about it, isn't Team Rocket, well, like, Jesse and James gonna be up there? Let me look at my list here. Yes they are, but they don't give me anything that I care about. They will give 2 Missing No and an Onyx, apparently. Also, this dude gives you Lapras. Does he... do you need an open party slot? Like, that's the thing with gift Pokemon, is sometimes you need space in your party, and sometimes it goes straight to the PC, and I have no idea what determines this. Yeah, that's really weird. Like, sometimes you can't do that. But there's a Lapras. I'm not really sure why they give you a free Lapras. I guess, like, they want to make sure that you have something that can use Surf. So it's just like, hey, have this thing. Alright, so how's this gonna go? Basically just spam Blizzard, is that what I'm thinking? Okay, that didn't do nearly as much damage as I would have liked, so... What I was saying earlier is, despite Snorlax being a very good Pokemon, it hasn't really had much of a chance to do much on my team yet. So, let's at least take it through these fights. Go for a Rock Slide just for the ridiculous move. Gotta love that noise. And I think you can probably handle a Meowth. Yeah. Please use Payday again, or not. Okay. And there we go. Okay. So, Giovanni gives... actually, kind of interesting Pokemon. He has Magmar, Growlithe, Missingno, and Moltres. If I cared about getting duplicates of legendaries, this would be a good place for me to do that. And actually, I kind of do care about duplicates of legendaries because I'll need those for the collection in Crystal once I start working on that one. But, oh well, I can get it from, like, special stat modification with Ditto and stuff. It would just be slightly more annoying that way. Point is, it's not going to be a major issue, so whatever. Alright, can we not die in this fight? I'm not going to actually try to rely on Metronome here. Let's just do Meditate a couple times. Heal the poison, because I do have a full heal that I need to waste. I mean, I don't need to waste it, but I like making room in my inventory. Okay, that didn't do nearly as much damage as I would have liked. You should die to a rolling kick, except you're going to outspeed me and probably critical with Slash, so let's heal first. Oh, or you could do that, okay. Ugh. Is this an instant kill? Cool. And how about you? Not quite. Ugh, that was a frickin' powerful stomp, Jesus. And of course, skydiving Nidoqueen Sprite, always a favorite. What does Guard Spec do? Just prevents critical hits? I never remember what that item does. I don't think I've ever used one. Okay, here, finish it off with Bone Club. When are you gonna get Bone Meringue? I don't know the power difference between Bone Club and Bone Meringue, but whatever it is, I'm sure I want it. Oh, plus it hits twice, that's a thing that is useful. Oh, do they now? Hey, you saved my entire company, have a ball. To be fair, it is a very good and useful ball, but still. Okay, and with that, we are finally freaking done with Team Rocket bullshit. Don't have to deal with them at all for the rest of the game, aside from Giovanni as a gym leader, which doesn't really count. So, that means I now have access to the gym, which I'm not going to be doing in this video. Let me talk to the copycat again. Somebody said you have to give her a Pokédoll. I might do that. It's weird. Usually NPCs give some kind of indication that they want a thing. But, I'm trying to think of, like, instances where you actually give items to people. There's the girl that you give the 3 drinks to, where the game actually gives you, like, a menu to choose which item to give. And then there's the Thirsty Guard, and I guess that's it. Where do I even get the freaking Pokédoll from? Here we go. Yeah, I guess probably next time we'll do the Fuchsia Gym, I guess. Because it's, I think, the easier of the two, and it unlocks Surf, and then we can dick around a bit before doing the Saffron one. But we're getting into kind of the final stretch here, because, I mean, I've had most of the map unlocked for a long time, but I've basically done, like, everything except for the gyms and going after, like, certain Pokemon that I peed. I don't know what that sentence was. Use that on a good Pokemon. No, I'm not going to. I just wanted to get it for the sake of getting it, and also because I'm probably going to end up teaching it to Bugsy, because Bugsy can't learn shit. So Mimic, at least, is, like, gimmicky. It's probably going to be more useful than Seismic Toss, to be honest. Not that I'll use it anyway. But yeah. We're going to go ahead and be done here, so... I'm just going to repeat the last sentence I said, and tomorrow is blue. Tomorrow is blue.
Bring home Free Willy. Free Willy 2, The Adventure Home. And Free Willy 3, The Adventure Home.
Yeah! Mary-Kate and Ashley are Sam and Emma. They're twin sisters, but they couldn't be more twin sisters. It's comedy with a Mary-Kate and Ashley's all-new movie,
Free Willy 2, The Adventure Home.